That number again is 1-800-505-1832. Call now.
You're watching Local 7 Lifestyles with Laura Kirtley and meteorologist Ron Rhodes. This is Local 7 Lifestyles.
Welcome back. We are joined by motivational mentalist Louis Chaney. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
And if you are interested in seeing Louis in person, go to Tironi's Friday nights, right?
Absolutely. On Main Street in Evansville, Tironi's 6 to 9 on Friday nights. Come out and see me there.
Okay, so what are we doing today?
Do you believe, and I'll ask the viewers too, do you believe in the power of dreams?
I mean, I guess.
For instance, I mean, some people say they'll have a dream and they thought something was going to happen and it comes true. Or you're trying to solve a problem and 3 o'clock in the morning you wake up with the answer.
Yes,
you know
or
what
you
I'm
have like a
talking
premonition.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I want to talk to you about a dream that I had the other night that you were in.
What?
This is kind of bizarre. In my dream, I was holding this key. This is a key to my grandmother's house. Now, this is the house my grandmother was raised in to the age of 4. The house burned. I've never seen this house. I've only seen pictures. And I had this key of hers. And my grandmother's been dead for 20 some odd years. Her name was Ma Bennett. That's what we called her, Ma Bennett. And in my dream, I had this key and I'm standing on the front porch of her house. And I'm thinking to myself, how cool will this be? I'm about to go into a house and see the inside of a house that I've never seen before. Where will my imagination take me?
Okay.
So as I stood there on the front of her house, it was a perfect Halloween night. We're talking a little bit of moonlight through the trees and a little bit of wind, and suddenly I felt a cold hand on my shoulder. And the other hand, my grandmother placed on the key. It was almost as if my grandmother were trying to tell me something. It was almost as if she were trying to tell me that it was okay if I wanted to go into her
Stop
house.
it. Stop it.
I have to admit, I backed up a little bit. That kind of freaked me out when the door swung open. But I knew it was my grandmother. I knew I'd be okay, so I go in. And I was really disappointed. The house was dark. I couldn't see a lot. But in the corner, I could see a room where there was a flicker of light. Had the old refrigerator with the big round front and the table with the scallops. I walk in and you're sitting at the table with a candle in front of you and 2 decks of cards on the table. Now my grandmother looks at you, looks at the cards, looks at me and goes, now I knew what that meant. I had to perform for you. And I didn't always obey my grandmother when I was a child. And I knew what she could do to me when she was alive. I didn't want to know now what she could do to me. So I slid these over and I said, take one and hand me one.
Just one pack?
Yep, keep one and hand me one. Fantastic, hang on to those. In my dream, I just started doing this. I have no idea why, because this is not like anything I normally do. At some point, you told me to stop.
Stop.
Right there. You could have had any of these. Then I took the cards and I started doing them into 2 piles. Again, this made 0 sense to me because it's like nothing I normally do. At the end of which I ask you to hold your hands above the cards like that. Now this is where it's going to get interesting.
Okay.
In a moment I'm going to ask you to drop a hand. Whichever hand you drop, that's the pile we're going to use. I want to see if this is going to match the dream, so drop a hand. And there's the ring that glistened in the candle exactly as it was then.
Leave it there.
Take it up. That'll be your pile. Hang on to it for just a second. You could have had any of these. Take your hand up. This card would be your card. And again, you could have had any of these. Just leave it there face down.
Okay.
The moment you touched that card in my dream, something happened, Laura. Everything went away but that card. It was glowing in midair, and it turned and rushed at my face with a blood-curdling scream at 3:20.
Sounds like a scary dream,
It's
Louis.
not a bad dream. It's not a bad dream. It's very cool. Because at 3:20 in the morning, I wake up with a vision of this card. I grab this box of cards from beside my bed because I'm always working on stuff. I want to show you all these cards that you can see.
Can you see? Yeah,
you can see the cards that you have. You have a full selection of cards here, okay?
Okay.
But I want you to see that on these cards, I have marked just one of them. Only one card. Every other card is completely undone, and it's a full pack of playing cards that you can see that.
Okay.
Everybody can see those. Only one card and one card only did I take my Sharpie out and mark because of this dream. And I marked a 2 of clubs.
Do you see that? Okay, 2 clubs.
I marked this card for you because that is the same card you chose in the dream. That is the power of dreams. I want to explain something to you. Christopher Reeve said a long time ago, at first your dreams seem impossible, then they seem improbable. But when you finally muster the courage, they become inevitable. Chase your dreams or you'll wind up working for someone else who did. Dreams.
Oh, well said, Louis. Okay, Lewis blew my mind. Check it out, and check him out at Troni's
Please
Friday
come out.
nights over there on Main Street. Very cool. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Okay, we're back after this.
Beautiful day in the neighborhood. We've got plenty of sunshine today. As I munch on my burger, I can actually taste it now. And I'll be out in the backyard after I chow this down with the forecast.